Kane. Boys and girls, you're going to read these words again. Remember what you say when there's an E at the end of the word. Get ready. Can. Yes, can. Get ready. Can. Yes, can. Get ready. May. Yes, may. Give yourselves a pat on the back.
Yeah.
Okay, get ready to read the words on this page without making a mistake.
American 11, flight control, Boston Center, maintain flight level 350. American 11, Boston Center, you are cleared to maintain flight level 350. American 11, Boston Center, do you read? American 11, this is Boston Center on guard frequency 121.5. If you read, squawk ident.
Try their emergency frequency.
I did.
American Airlines reservations, this is Vanessa.
This is Betty Young, flight attendant aboard American 11. Something's wrong. The cockpit's not answering. Somebody's stabbed in business class. I think there's mace, but we can't breathe. I think we're getting hijacked.
All right, I'll patch you into my supervisor. What did you say your name was?
Betty Ong.
We have some train.
Wait, somebody's on the pilot's intercom.
Nobody move. Everything will be okay.
Who is that? I thought you said the transponder and radio were off.
If you try to
Talk
make
back
any
line. He thinks he's talking to the
danger
passenger.
yourself and the airplane.
Northeast Air Defense Sector.
This is Boston Center. We have a problem here. We have a hijacked aircraft headed to New York. We need you guys or somebody to scramble some F-16s or something up there. Help us out.
Is this real world or exercise?
No, this is not an exercise. This is not a test.
Punches, please advise. What are my orders?
Do you know the rules of engagement?
Just got a report and I tried to contact them. United Flight 175, but they're not responding.
Boston Center, we're confused. What flight is being hijacked, American 11 or United 175?
Well, both.
First line, very low.
American 11, do you read?
We're flying way too low. Pray for us.
11's in rapid descent.
Pray for us. Pray for us.
O'Neill.
Boss, turn on your TV.
Cowardly act of terrorism, and we will find those responsible and hold them accountable.
The USS Cole was making a routine refueling stop here in the harbor of the capital of Yemen when eyewitnesses say 2 men rowed a small boat against the side of the destroyer and detonated explosives, ripping a huge gash in the hull. The blast killed 17 sailors and wounded scores more, causing flooding in the engineering spaces, which the crew has been fighting to control for hours.
Get Reeve and Andrew.
They're on their way.
Contact Quantico. Have hostage rescue and evidence response teams geared up, ready to go.
Got it.
The Navy is diverting nearby ships with full medical and damage control units to assist at the scene. The wounded sailors have been rushed to a Yemen hospital, while others are in the process of being airlifted today to the Army Hospital in Ramstein, Germany. Meanwhile, a number of sailors are still unaccounted for, and it is feared some may be trapped in the flooded hull.
A U.S. law enforcement team is en route to Yemen to begin an investigation into this fatal attack.
Need to get this ambassador on the case.
You should know, John, she's not a real happy camper. State Department listed Yemen as a terrorist haven, but she didn't advise against the military refueling.
Yeah. Yemeni authorities are holding us up. When do you think they're going to release our shoulder weapons and surveillance gear?
Couldn't tell you.
Bin Laden Construction?
Welcome to Yemen.
Sergeant, tell him to load. Sergeant, tell him to land on the roof. As soon as they go through, close that gate. Don't let anybody in. You go through. Mark, clearing.
Who's this? One of the victims, John. We're transporting her to Ramstein, Germany for surgery. Ma'am, this is John O'Neill, the FBI, leading the investigation.
Petty Officer Kay Lopez. Is she trying to say something?
You're good.
Right on through. Come on in, folks.
Who is it we're waiting for?
She likes to call the shots, John. She knows we're here.
She knows we're here? Must have hold up.
Welcome, Mr. O'Neill.
John O'Neill.
This way, please.
It's the advanced team, please, folks. Reeve Murray, Liz, Leanne.
U.S. Embassy. DSSH.
Madam Ambassador?
How do you do?
How do you do?
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. O'Neill. Is there any question in your mind as to who is in charge here?
In charge of what, Madam Ambassador?
Anything you do, anything any American personnel undertake in this country has to go through me and me alone. And you might want to ditch those suits. It's 113 degrees out there.
I appreciate your concern, but my personnel and my equipment are being held up at the airport by the local Yemeni authorities, so I'm in a stalemate. Is this the kind of cooperation I'm to expect?
It's Yemeni, not Yemeni. Can you say that? Yemeni. I think the people here might appreciate it if you could pronounce the name of their country properly.
Pardon me. I'm sorry. But you still haven't answered my question.
I am not going to have you inflaming tensions with the Yemenis. You understand? This is a fledgling democracy, which I have nurtured on behalf of the State Department, and I do not want you coming in here ruining all my good work.
Seems to me the bombers of the coal may have ruined a bit of it. I was talking to a petty officer outside, burned over her entire body. She could barely speak. She managed 2 words. Get them. That's what I intend to do.
I intend to get them, too. But you've brought many more people here than I was led to believe. Too many. And I don't want anyone waving assault weapons around. Handguns only and not on display. And how about teaching your female personnel how to dress in an Islamic country? For instance, in Yemen, we don't tuck our shirts in. No form-fitting garb allowed. So cover your ass, woman. That currency is for Washington.
Listen. Do not manhandle my agents.
And tell them to button their damn shirts,
Do
all right?
not manhandle my agents.
I will do whatever the hell I please. This meeting is over.
You excuse us a moment? Close the door behind you. Madam Ambassador, why won't you help me here?
You come in here with your prejudgments and this bin Laden fixation.
Half the construction projects in this town, including the airport, were built by bin Laden's family, whose origins are in the Hajamat region. That's northwest Yemen.
I know where it is. I know where it is.
The majority of the suspects arrested in the coal bombing are from the Hajamut Kinda tribes, the same tribe that spawned bin Laden's father. But thanks to the local authorities, we're unable to question any of them.
By the way, you will not be offending the local authorities.
I'm not here to offend anyone. I'm here to do a job.
Mr. O'Neill, you are the epitome of the ugly American. I'm calling my superiors.
Yo, what?
Good luck with your investigation.
The Pentagon has been kind enough to provide us with material on updated target decks that include bin Laden's training camps, compounds, as well as key Taliban buildings in Kabul. Now, with the new Predator drone, we can ID targets with GPS pinpointing in little time, designed for immediate action. Targets listed could be hit tonight upon presidential order. My suggestion, we hit them all. Every known al-Qaeda target simultaneously.
Wait a minute, we don't even have confirmation that al-Qaeda was responsible for the attack on the Cole.
Any strike must be consistent with international law. Not retaliation, but self-protection from future attacks.
If you're saying we don't have absolute, undeniable courtroom proof, you're right, we don't. But we do have what I would call good field intelligence, which is pretty damning and pretty conclusive, wouldn't you say, George?
Well, based on everything I've read and everything I've heard, it sounds like the al-Qaeda, but before launching a retaliatory strike, I think we have to be absolutely positive.
Our best investigator, John O'Neill, just got rotated out of there. We're never going to know conclusively.
Why weren't your people on top of this, George? Where in the hell was the intelligence regarding this attack?
Pardon me?
How many times is the agency gonna fail the president and this country? I mean, there's gotta be a limit.
Okay? We're gonna hit him or not?
You're really pushing here, Dick.
Secretary of Defense, Bill, what's it going to take for this country to defend itself?
Well, I don't think there was sufficient provocation for what you want to do
I think we have a responsibility to our citizens, to our people in uniform, to show them that we give a damn. 17 American sailors have been killed, murdered. Something nobody in this room seems to have mentioned. They were attacked without provocation, and you're telling me we haven't been provoked enough to fight back?
We all admire your zeal on this issue, Dick. Really. It's very impressive. But there are other considerations.
Let me guess, regional ones.
The president is actively engaged in trying to broker an Israeli-Palestinian settlement. Something in the long run that is much more important than a rote counterstrike against people hiding in caves. The diplomatic impact of such a strike could be devastating to the president's efforts. We cannot make peace while we're bombing Muslims.
Muslims are bombing us. And I'm not suggesting we bomb Muslims in general. I'm talking about the perpetrators.
Dick, there's an election in 3 weeks. I can just see the Republicans charging a Clinton missile strike as part of some strategy to help Al Gore win the election.
It's not an election issue. It is a national security issue. We have got to get off the political track here. We are at war.
We are at war. Consequently, a missile strike or aerial bombing isn't going to accomplish what you want. What you need is boots on the ground. You need a full-scale military invasion with a minimum of 50, perhaps 75,000 men to start.
You want to invade Afghanistan? Ask the Russians.
We have a strong ally in Afghanistan.
Masood?
Exactly.
No president has ever launched a military invasion in the last 3 months of his term.
You know as well as I do that bin Laden seeking WMDs. What are we going to wait for that in New York, the Pentagon?
Listen, I called Tenet, but he seemed a little upset with me. But I want you to tell him, and this is coming straight from President Clinton, use the drone to confirm our intelligence and get back to us.
Good. John, I wanted to say I'm sorry about what happened in Yemen with Ambassador Bodine.
Our own ambassador shut me down.
Gentlemen, Sandra.
I
This is Tarnak Farm, an Al-Qaeda compound not far from Kandahar.
This is the pt2 drone they've been talking about.
Reconnaissance, surveillance, target acquisition. Equipped with color daytime cameras, infrared night vision, ceiling of 25,000 feet, controlled by KU-band satellite uplink by them.
Paul, tell them what we're looking at.
This is unconfirmed, but we suspect this is a security detail, and the tall man in the white flowing robes in the center is bin Laden himself.
Tango Command, go. Good copy, 5-by. Taliban has scrambled some MiGs out of Kandahar Air Base.
Taliban's got an air force?
The Soviets left behind. Look, that's confirmation if you ask me. There's bin Laden. He's right there. Let's get our people in there.
What is that?
It's a laser sight. Someone's honing on the drone.
What happened?
We lost contact with our bird.
If we'd had an armed version of that drone, we could have obliterated the whole group with a Hellfire missile, been out of there before they scrambled the MiGs.
That's a $7 million addition to a $3 million product.
That's true, but bin Laden would be dead.
It's worth it, George.
But we need technical proof that it will succeed, that it's precise.
How many more tests and trial missions are we talking about?
As many as we need.
We had him.
See, your enemies won't be able to see it fly over.
Not at all.
Not at all. Not here at North Sea.
Your missiles, your technology, it's all very impressive. But what use if you never use it?
Well, we intend to use it.
When? Next year? Too late for us. And when you kill bin Laden, what then? Will you allow the Taliban to remain in power?
Well, that's a political question. I can't answer that.
I don't need missiles or fancy pictures of missiles. I need mortars, trucks, helicopters, tanks. I need everything. Send it.
I'm sending cash and light arms. Just what I promised.
All you send is trinkets, nothing serious.
All right, I hear you.
When I fought the Soviets, the CIA sent everything I asked for, and I used it, Kirk. Not Osama, not his followers. They didn't fight. They just had their pictures taken next to the tanks that I destroyed, and then they told the whole world that they defeated the Russians. And America did help, but that was Reagan. He understood. We have a different common enemy now. He has money and outside support. I don't. Go convince them, Kirk. Tell them I can win this war and rid Afghanistan of these intruders forever. But they have to send me what I need, and only I know what I need.
Okay.
Beg them, Kirk. Beg them to trust me.
I will.
سلامتكم. عليكم السلام. تفضلوا. زياد جارة. السلام عليكم. السلام عليكم.
السلام عليكم.
مروان الشيهي. السلام عليكم.
السلام عليكم.
رمزي بن أرشيد. السلام عليكم.
السلام عليكم.
ومحمد قطع. الله يبارك فيك. الله يبارك فيك.
انت عطا؟ انت المصري؟
نعم.
اهلا وسهلا. سمعت انك جيتم من هامبورغ. انت اعرف انت هنا ليه؟
المهمة سرية. لنا شرف كتير انك تجيبنا هنا.
سمينا المهمة دي مهمة الطائرات. مستعدين للتضحية؟
نعم ان شاء الله.
على بركة الله ان شاء الله. هذا يا عطا يا واد. اشهد ان لا اله الا الله.
محمد رسول الله.
أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله.
أشهد محمد رسول الله.
أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله.
محمد رسول الله.
أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله.
أشهد أن محمد رسول الله.
سيروا على بركة الله. الله معكم.
السلام عليكم. السلام عليكم.
Bush will be doing some 11th hour campaigning in cities in several different states by tomorrow. First stop is on his opponent's home turf in Tennessee. Then he moves on to Green Bay to reach out to the voters there.
I'm here to not only ask for the vote, I'm here to ask for your help. I hope you redouble the efforts to make sure people get out to the polls.
The most recent polls indicate that the candidates are running neck and neck as the race draws to a close. With over 100 electoral votes still up for grabs, it's anybody's guess at this point who will emerge the winner.
شو المشكلة؟ الحرك مش كويس.
Flight student 402 in Piper Cherokee, do you need assistance? Flight student 402, do you copy?
I am not ready yet.
Flight student 402, radio check. Flight student 402, do you copy?
يلا. شو؟ نخليها هون؟ اللي زحبيت تعال هون وقعد على المشتى. يلا الناس والبوليس حيوقفونا. اللي زهربنا. يلا 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 مروان يلا امشي. flight students at an aviation academy and they disappear?
Why students do stupid things? What can you do?
Contact this academy. For one thing, get them to pay for the towing at least. Maybe they'll get the students to pay for it.
You want to question them?
What are they going to say?
George W. Bush of the state of Texas has received for President of the United States 271 votes. Al Gore of the state of Tennessee has received 266 votes. May God bless our new president, and may God bless the United States of America.
Thank you, Bruce. Very helpful and inspiring. Give him a hand. This required a lot of research, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks so much. And everyone, thank you for a great morning. Please stretch your legs, get some coffee. We'll get started again in about 15 minutes. So see you
Hello?
then.
Hello? Yeah, can't hear me. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I'm gonna step outside. I can't hear you too well. Hold on. Yeah, just stay with me. Stay with me. Yeah. Tell me.
When the Miami police contacted you, what did they say?
Just that they'd found a lost briefcase and I could claim it. When I got there, everything was inside, except a cigar cutter and a lighter.
All classified documents were intact.
The police report classified it as a petty theft. The papers were processed for prints. They weren't handled by anybody except Special Agent O'Neill. As far as Miami PD is concerned, case closed.
Not as far as the FBI is concerned. Our focus is on the fact, and I know your client's well aware of this, that papers in his briefcase were classified. Agents are forbidden by federal law from removing classified information from any FBI facility.
Good morning.
Morning.
I wanted to discuss with you, Dick, a series of NSC changes that I'm considering.
Good. There's been a dramatic spike in intelligence from both the NSC and the CIA saying something spectacular is going to happen involving American targets.
I recognize that. We all do, and we're on it. Trust me, President Bush has been meeting regularly with the DCI.
We're not moving fast enough. I want to brief the president on counterterrorism. Meet with the principals. We need to act on this predator technology, kill bin Laden and his deputies, devise a rolling action against the Taliban. Look, either Al-Qaeda is a threat worth acting against, or it is not.
Sir, all those papers pertain to cases I was working on for the Bureau. No papers were stolen, no secrets revealed. All the facts are known.
The panel will recommend a full internal investigation by the Office for Professional Responsibility.
Look, this has been going on for weeks, and frankly, I am tired of it. Give me my punishment, let's get on with the hunt for the bad guys, but spare me the death of 1,000 cuts.
I'm doing a restructuring, which is why I asked to see you.
I've decided that your position as National Coordinator of Counterterrorism will be redefined.
You'll no longer be included on the Principals Committee.
That's not a good idea.
I want you to stay on, keep your staff in place, but I want you to focus on other foreign policy security concerns.
I'm concerned about cybersecurity. I believe it's a serious
Good.
issue.
Well, we'll transition you by October.
This isn't a demotion, Dick. It's a restructuring.
Thank you.
Lieutenant's convinced from the intelligence that Al-Qaeda is going to attack U.S. targets soon. What are your people telling you?
Suspects ID'd by CIA at a terror conference in Malaysia may be in this country. Fact is, we don't know where they are, and we don't know their names. But instead of chasing them down, I'm the one who's here answering questions about a missing briefcase. which isn't even missing. I'm the bad guy.
Thank you.
I'm considering getting out, Dick.
What do you mean?
The briefcase deal has shut me down. And despite all the red flags, no one's taking terrorism seriously. Political correctness rules the day.
You sure about this?
I've given my life to the Bureau. Everything else came second. I believe my country to be in danger, and I've spit blood to help try and keep it safe. And we're not safe yet. And no one seems to care.
So, Mr. Ada, you want $650,000 to purchase a twin-engine, 6-passenger crop duster?
Correct.
You know, the Department of Agriculture does grant individual loans, but not for the purchase of crop duster planes. You might have better luck at a commercial bank.
This is Washington, D.C., yes?
Mm-hmm.
Can I have this photo?
Well, that's kind of a keepsake of mine. It reminds me of where I used to work. I have friends right there. Excuse me. Hello.
How would you like it if somebody flew an airplane into your friend's building?
Well, 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 look who's here. Jim Fielding. Did you check your cloak and dagger at the door?
Everyone's talking cooperation between the Bureau and the CIA. That's why we're here.
Good. Good to see you.
Yeah.
What have you got?
Photos. Some of these guys are from the Yemen attack on the coal, but there are quite a few others there that we've never seen before, and they're not sharing.
Are these from Kuala Lumpur? The meeting was nearly a year and a half ago. Why are we just getting a look at this stuff now? Do you know the names of these other people? These guys. Him? Him? Him.
I don't have clearance to share that information.
Jim, what kind of game are you guys playing? You got to be kidding me. You're asking the JTTF to ID suspects, but you don't give us anything? Come on. Come on, for God's sake. I've got names and IDs of Saudi nationals requesting entry visas. INS is streaming them through. And I need intel. How are we going to stop these people from getting in if we don't know who the hell they are? Keep these.
Got it.
It's classified material, John.
Are you going to share?
Not my decision to make. And I'll tell you something else. I'm not going to leave it here so some special agent can leave it in a briefcase somewhere.
It's all right. I have another one. I'm going to go get it, and I'm going to come back and shove it up your ass. Mess.
Here, have a glass of water. You look like you could use some.
They won't let us keep the photos.
Great. And for all we know, those suspects all have visas and are already in country, planning attacks. They're probably right down the block in the basement making bombs.
Like, welcome to America.
The Phoenix office has noticed a number of Mideast terror suspects have begun applying for pilot training at local flight schools. Purpose of this communication is to advise the Bureau and New York of the possibility of a coordinated effort by Osama bin Laden to send students to the United States to attend flight schools, civil aviation universities, and colleges. At least 8 attendees have been identified, and coupled with past intelligence, it requires an investigation by the Bureau. Yours truly, Ken Williams, Phoenix office, FBI.
The Phoenix memo about Islamics engaged in pilot training. Targeting Middle Eastern or Islamic men amounts to racial profiles and subjects the Bureau to litigation and congressional censure.
Let's table it for now and keep it routine.
Next. Customs and arrival forms, please. You to fill this out before you got up here?
ايش كل هذه الاسئله؟ وراقي كلها زينه، خليني اعبر.
Do you speak English?
وراقي كلها زينه، خليني
No,
اعبر.
excuse me, sir. Do you speak English?
راح يولي يا
If
مرة.
not, I
أبغى
can
أحكي ويا
get
رجال.
a translator.
انقلع ولي.
Excuse me, sir. You have not filled out your proper paperwork and you
أعطيني
are
باسبور.
able
انقلع من وشي.
to answer
ويا
my
رجال.
questions adequately.
روحي ولي انقلعي.
Yeah, I'm recommending you
أحكي
for
ويا رجال.
secondary
انقلعي.
inspection.
شو المشكلة؟ صار لي ساعتين انتظر بدون سبب. تفتكروا الناس بهيم؟
What, is he threatening me? What's he saying?
اديتكم الفيزا
What is he
اكسبريس مالتي
saying?
والباسبور.
He's mad at
شنو هذا الاستقبال؟
اهدى. He's angry with you. He says he has his Visa Express and his passport, everything, so...
All I asked is why he doesn't have a return ticket. Why no one's here waiting for him. And where's he staying? Those are basic questions.
هو بس حابب يعرف انه اذا لك اي شخص هون
Jose,
بامريكا
can I talk you for a minute?
بزارك. هدول اسئله عاديه لازم يعرفوا. ليش ما عندك بطاقه عوده؟
شنو هالسين والجين؟ ابغى افهم ليش؟
ارتاح.
اديتهم الفيزا اكسبريس والباسبور.
This guy's a Saudi. We're supposed to be nice to them.
This guy is a hitman.
Come on.
When I was in recruiting command, I received extensive training. Now, a hitman doesn't know where he's going because if he gets caught, he doesn't have any information to bargain with.
You turn him around, there'll be repercussions. Big time.
Tell him to please sit down.
ارتاح.
Tell Mr. Katani that I'm refusing his entry into the United States and that I am recommending expedited removal.
عم بمنعوا دخولك للولايات المتحدة وبده يبعتوك على بلدك بأول طيارة.
شنو قصدك انه ممنوع الدخول؟ مستحيل. اديتكم كل شيء طلبتوه يا اولاد الكلب.
He says it's impossible.
Ask him if there's anyone waiting for him.
في أي شخص بانتظارك؟
لا أنا هني لحالي.
He says he's alone.
Someone he'd like us to contact.
أي شخص أنت بتحب إنه هن يتصلوا فيه؟
لا أنا هني لحالي.
He says no, he's alone.
Based on this adverse action and his belligerent attitude, I am authorizing him to be digitally photographed and fingerprinted into the INS biometric system.
بسبب تصرفك بده ياخذوا بصماتك وبده يصوروك.
راح يدفعوا الثمن غالي.
اهدى.
والله راح تندموا.
اهدى.
A copy of his passport will remain on file. Tell him to sit down.
Sit down.
ياخذوا صورة عن جواز سفرك وبده يضل بالأرشيف.
ومين راح يدفع البطاقة؟
He's asking who's gonna pay for his ticket.
He will. Now sit down, wait here, and more officers will be with him shortly.
أنت بدك تدفعه ارتاح هلا بده يجوا غير محقق معك.
You are one hard ass.
No, I'm an immigrant, Charlie. And I thank God every day that I'm in this country. Now, this guy, he hates the United States, and I'm not letting him in.
Okay. You're taking the hint on it.
أنا مش طايق ما فيش طيارين كفاية.
هل تعرف زكرياس موسوي؟ هو فرنساوي من أصل مغربي.
هو طيار؟
لا، ولكن هيا الدراب ويا طلان.
هياخد وقت.
لا بأس.
مين ممكن تقنده؟ مين؟ مين يا خالد؟ مين؟ عندك حد تاني يكون جاهز؟ عندك حدا اللي مين؟
الله يسهل إن شاء الله. إن شاء الله. إن شاء الله.
Just to reiterate, do not exceed 30 degrees of bank, and that's to be coordinated with a slight rudder. Just maintain 30 degrees of bank. Okay, we went all over that. And there is a slight adjustment with the left rudder, so go to it.
At which point you should lower your gear and select flaps to 10 degrees.
What's up?
He's not interested in landing or takeoffs, just steering.
Wait, who? Masawi?
Yeah. And communicating with air traffic control.
What are you getting at?
It just doesn't make sense, you know?
What doesn't?
This guy was at a flight school in Norman, Oklahoma.
Yeah.
They grounded him. Said he didn't know what he was doing, and he kept asking weird questions, like how to get into the cockpit of a 747.
So once he's grounded, he rushes up here like he's got some deadline to meet or something. Pays up front, in cash, right?
Well, he paid a deposit by credit card in early July. When he came in, I asked him for the balance, $6,800.
Hang on. So this cat's a terrorist?
A hijacker could do a lot of damage flying a 747 full of fuel.
Because he's Middle Eastern.
If he looked like Timothy McVeigh, I'd still have my suspicions. It's his conduct that worries me.
I have a friend at the FBI. What's the harm in making the call?
All right. Give it a shot. Just keep it quiet.
Okay, thanks.
Maintain directional control with the rudders.
Turns night into day. The assailants are black males before they can escape. Radio all units to pursue.
Zacharias Musawi?
INS, open up.
What are those for? You playing hockey?
Am I under arrest?
Your visa expired on May 22nd, Mr. Musawi. You failed to renew it or get another one.
Say, Nick?
Yeah.
This is Amal, the roommate. He says Musawi here says it's cool to kill civilians in the name of Islam.
Okay, he's crazy. Okay, I want nothing to do with him. Take him away, please.
Colleen says he's got 32 grand in the bank. And when she asks him what he does, he says marketing consultant for a computer company.
No, he has no job. Okay, nothing at all.
I can't provide a name of an employer or a copy of a paycheck.
Thank you, Emma. So what do you want to do?
Hold him on an expired visa. I guess that's all I can do. But if you want a professional opinion, this guy reeks. There's nothing here except bad news.
Yeah. Okay. Well, play along with me here. Okay, Mr. Musawi. Right now, we're holding you on the visa violation, and you'll be booked accordingly. You'll be allowed an attorney, probably get a court date. With bail, you'll be out soon. We are going to need to go through your laptop and pull a few other items for inspection. Is that all right with you?
You do not have the legal authority to do this. I have rights.
That's why we're asking you, sir.
My answer is no.
Sir, stand up. Sir, please stand up. You have the right to remain silent. If you give up the right to remain silent, anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law.
Colleen, you've got to get into that laptop. What's Washington saying?
Nothing but resistance from Washington. I got off the phone 2 hours ago with French intelligence. They have got a huge file on this guy. Trips to Pakistan, to Afghanistan in '99, ties with Islamic radical groups, recruited people to fight in Chechnya. He is on watch lists throughout Europe.
What did the higher-ups say about that?
It doesn't prove that he's a terrorist.
Right. Which is why you got to get into that laptop.
Musawi's very uptight about that computer. This guy's dirty, John.
You've got to put in a FISA request. This warrant said if anything does, see if the court will grant it.
Oh, God.
It's your only option. You're an attorney, you know what to do. I wish I could help you, but I'm out of here.
I'm very sorry to hear that.
Let me know what happens. Up to the last minute, Colleen.
I will.
Okay. You take care of yourself. Bye, babe. Incredible. It's like Osama bin Laden's got a mole in the FBI.
Come on, John. You can't really believe that.
Yeah. He doesn't need one. He's got us.
I don't see the Al-Qaeda connection.
It's there. It's detailed. The trips to Afghanistan, Chechnya. The French have been tailing this guy since '95. They claim he's Al-Qaeda all the way.
Washington says the Chechen groups are separate from AQ.
They're linked. Bin Laden is their biggest financier.
That's not good enough. You have to prove Musawi's an agent of a foreign power. Without that, you can't go forward.
We need to look inside his computer. That's all this is about.
I understand, but there's nothing there to justify a FISA request.
In the Ramzi Youssef case, the laptop revealed the Bujinka plot, intended to destroy a dozen airliners in one day, which we broke up. Last December, the Jordanians captured a laptop that we used to defend against the Millennium plots. We need to get a look inside Musawi's computer.
You can't.
Look, this is not complicated. We are trying to stop a guy who's been taking flight training, who's associated with radical Islamic groups.
I appreciate you're doing your jobs, but I have to do mine. Thank you.
My message for President Bush is this. If he's not interested in peace in Afghanistan, if he doesn't help the Afghan people to arrive at their objective of peace, then America and the rest of the world will have to face the problem of the Taliban and Osama bin Laden's Al-Qaeda themselves. Thank you. تشكر. خداحافظ. You know, I have to return to Afghanistan. I have a war to fight. And I need answers, Kirk. Did you go to Washington?
I did.
What did they say? Will they help me?
They won't commit right now.
That is not true. You're lying.
I wouldn't lie to you, General.
I know for a fact that President Bush and Mr. Colin Powell have promised $43 million, which follows $113 million already given by Clinton's people. They call it palm subsidies and humanitarian aid. Do you know who this money is going to?
Yes.
It's not coming to me or the Northern Alliance. It's going to my enemy, the Taliban.
I understand, General.
Do you know who will control that money? Bin Laden himself. He is the power in Afghanistan, not Mullah Omar.
If it were up to me, that money would go to you, all of it. But it's not up to me.
They're planning something. A terrorism beyond comprehension.
Can you give me specifics, General?
I can tell you that it won't be in Yemen or Africa. You know what it will be. You know. Look, I don't tell you this because I'm losing men or a civil war to these brigands. I tell you this because I fear for you, my friend.
I know you do.
I don't know how much longer I can hold out against them. If they defeat me, if they kill me, then you know they're coming. That will be your signal. Khudafis.
Sir.
Hey. Hey.
How are you?
Good to see you.
You too.
Good to have you back.
Thank you very much.
What did he say? Tell me exactly what he said.
Well, sir, Massoud is convinced that they're planning something really big here on U.S. soil.
Uh-huh. Details. I need details.
Get him to Minute Camp, but right now he's fighting for his own skin over there.
You see that board? We're fighting for our skin, too. Threat information's off the charts. Something big, unprecedented, thank you. Hiroshima-like. That's the descriptions we're hearing, and it's not just us. We're getting threat warnings from intelligence people all over the world. I mean, everything's blinking red. And our problem is the sheer volume of data. And we don't have the software to make sense out of a tiny fraction of this huge array of communications that's coming in. We don't have enough translators, enough photo interpreters, enough site profilers. Kirk, we're overloaded.
What is the White House saying, sir? The NSA?
Same thing I'm saying. We need specifics, hard, on-the-ground intel. Now, are you still in touch with Massoud?
By sat phone, yes.
Yeah, well, I need to know everything he says.
But, sir...
Thank you.
Well, what do I tell him, sir? He wants to know how we're going to help him.
Well, you tell him we'll do what we can.
That's not really solid, sir. I owe him more than that.
It's the best we can do.
there. JP.
How are you, Lena?
I'm good. How are you?
Good to see you, dear.
How are you?
Look gorgeous. How are you? How are you? How are you? Hi, sweetheart. John Miller, what the hell are you doing here?
How are you, my friend?
Good to see you. Have you seen the New York Times?
Oh, yeah. It's bad.
It's not enough they shove me out the door. They have to humiliate me, too.
Just forget about that. You know, you should be feeling good. Bin Laden hasn't done a damn thing since the call because of you guys.
They'll get one off, John. There's always going to be that one cell that slips by us.
Have a little something. I know I'm starving. I know exactly. How are you, John?
Sir. How are you, sir? So good to see you.
Nice to see you.
How are you?
I'm good.
I think it. Come on. You like it when they do?
I'm hungry. I'm trying to remember what I had for lunch. It was so boring.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have an announcement to make. As you know, I have just retired from 25 years of service to the Federal Bureau of Investigation.
We know. We've been celebrating. How's the Bureau going to get along without you, John?
With red tape and bad suits. Anyway, I've managed to secure a new job.
Somebody's still hiring you at your age.
You see this building? The World Trade Center? There's a new sheriff in town. You're looking at the new director of security. God, in a few days, this place is going to be tighter than Fort Knox.
Yeah. Yes, it will.
You can believe that.